Come on, selling your secrets, man. All right. Want to get into it?
Yeah.
Boom! It's Hot Mike.
What up, Mike?
Brian, what's happening, man?
Good to see you again.
Thanks for doing this,
It's
dude.
been a while.
I've been wanting to get you in the studio. It has been too long.
Well, I'm glad you got it together before I showed up.
That's true. Yeah. This had to all come together.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
Can't have no half-ass studio for me.
That's right, man. It's got to
I'm
be
just
legit.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, just give a little bit of your background. Where are you from? What do you do? What are you into?
Ooh. So, I was born in New Hampshire. I grew up in southeastern Washington State,
Okay.
right outside a nuclear reserve. And then I did all that growing up stuff in high school, went to college, got a BSME, and now I'm basically a professional exhaust smeller.
Okay. Kind of a mad scientist when it comes to
Yeah, my
engines
free time.
yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up like just taking everything apart,
Uh-huh.
and instead of putting it back together the way it came apart, figure out another way to put it back together and make
Okay.
it do something else.
Cool.
So I'm now a grown-up kid who still does that in his garage.
Do you
Basically.
consider it your artistic expression, the way you
Oh, for sure.
work with yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because, like, I don't know. I'm like that weird guy who, like, walks around and picks up random pieces of hardware off the sidewalk.
Just
And it's
pockets
like-
them? Like
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, people are like, where did you just pick that up? And it's like, dude, that's a 3/8 axle shaft for a fine coarse thread.
uh-huh.
And they're like, what? And it's like, dude, I'll probably build a race car one day or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Actually, one of my jobs, I acquired like a whole slew of hardware is expensive if you didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I acquired a bunch for research purposes, and then they just kind of found their way out with me, I guess. Anyway, had
Yeah.
all this hardware, and
Mhm.
I pretty much used it to build a remote control nitromethane powered boat that was big enough to float a 30 bomb a PBR. It was like
That's
a barge.
rad.
I made like a barge
A little barge.
and a gas powered RC engine
Uh-huh.
with a clutch and a gearbox and a bunch of other shit that I basically just put together. Like I just took hardware and
That's so cool, man.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
rad.
I glued stuff together, obviously, and
Uh-huh.
like, but yeah, that was pretty fun. It chugged out, I don't know, about 30 feet or 30 seconds worth.
Mhm.
It didn't make it very far, but it went,
Yeah.
and then she sucked in some water and died.
Oh.
So,
Did you lose the 30 rack?
no,
No, 30 racks
no, it
float.
was built. Yeah, it did. No, it just.
Oh, it just died dead in
it
the water.
Stalled out the engine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she. Oh yeah, she floated.
Yeah, it didn't go
She
Titanic.
floated and she was perfectly balanced.
Cool. Now, you said race car. Do you have, like, dream projects that you'd like to do?
Yeah, I just kind of have to settle on one.
Yeah.
Like my
it-
ultimate goal, I want to like do some sort of auto sport as like
Okay.
a hobby.
Uh-huh.
So whether that's, I don't know, remote control cars or lawnmowers or
Cool.
tractor pulling or
Uh-huh.
closed circuit Miatas or some shit. I don't know.
That would be
but-
rad.
Something that you put your foot down, dude,
Yeah.
on both pedals, on all three sometimes.
Miatas are rad. Those are cool. I don't know why I'm saying rad so much today. I'm in a radical
it.
kind of mood.
It's
Let 'em
rad,
fly.
dude.
Rad,
Rad.
dude. I think it's these yellow pants.
That's all right. That's all right.
yes.
Nothing wrong with that. High vis.
Miata's
Go to
like,
work the way you came home, or go home the way you came to work.
there you go.
There you go.
I'm at work. This is my office.
Make sure you get
slash
home that same
studio.
way. High vis safety.
Yeah. Miatas are great. Like they're so low to the ground. They're
building a
handled-
drift missile?
Yeah. Have you ever owned one?
No. I was in the market for one once, and God damn, you couldn't find a piece of shit for less than like $2,500.
Yeah.
So I bought a 3/4 ton van for like $1,500
Okay.
instead.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I've had a
and
buddy.
that ended up paying for itself versus
Uh-huh.
a Miata, which would never pay for itself.
Yeah. I had a buddy who's had 2 Miatas, and he's taller than I am. He's huge. He's like
Jesus.
6'6", and I've driven with him, and it's hilarious to watch us get out of that thing. I'm 6'4", he's 6'6". It looks
I
ridiculous.
was just imagining like you like cut the floorboards and like drop the pedals down a little more so you can like kind of see the ground and his feet as he's driving.
It feels crazy to be that low.
Yeah. I don't like being that low.
Yeah, it seems. I'm a little
Vulnerable?
sketched out. I let you real vulnerable.
What, do you feel vulnerable?
What? Does that seem dangerous to you?
Fucking Brent and Chad and their goddamn lifted Dodges.
Right.
Come on.
Brent, Chad, Scooter.
Fucking Derek, Tyler, Chip.
Yeah. I like sitting up high in a truck or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You get a vantage point.
Mm-hmm. So,
That-
bro.
And when you're sitting down low to the ground, you
Yeah.
can only see the person in front of you's taillights and not like 5 cars ahead of you.
So true.
So like you're always just doing what the hell they're doing instead of like creating a. That's how traffic jams happen.
That's a good point. You can't see beyond.
Yeah.
Can't.
So and
Anticipate.
there's nothing about your brake lights that tells you how hard they're braking.
Right.
Like they could just tap it and it's illuminated and you're like, whoa!
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
That's a good point. So
Some
you
people guess wrong.
is this like a family trade, or are you self-taught
In what?
in? I guess auto mechanics.
Oh, I guess self-taught. I
Okay.
mean, I've had mechanics teach me a whole bunch of shit,
Yeah.
but
Are there any in the family?
so my uncle Uncle Harry, he's like probably the closest one. He's like he had a family or his own electronics repair business.
Uh-huh.
And he was basically like the town guru for fixing anything that needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he could rewire your drywall or, you know.
Yeah. They was just inclined that way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, but other than that, I mean, my dad was a fireman. My mom was like a technical drafter. So she's pretty engineering thought based, like
Mm-hmm.
making technical drawings and
Okay.
isometric piping views and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
But this turned out to
no,
be
I
your
got
calling.
yelled at for taking a lot of stuff apart.
Wanted to find out.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. That
Yeah.
then you kind of reverse engineer it, and then you're like, well, I can change the mechanics of this. I can kind of enhance this component.
Yeah, like, oh no, the blender doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's just the switchboard that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the motor out. That's like a 8 horsepower electric motor.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine like what kind of small ass little car you could drive with that. That'd haul ass.
That's cool. I love how your brain works, man.
Yeah.
It's different than
I just
mine,
thought of
but I
that.
like it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Or like you could, I don't know, harvest a whole bunch of them and put them all together and
Mm-hmm.
make one wonky ass Rube Goldberg generator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just like to do stuff because I can.
That's cool, man.
Make the real thing that everybody wonders is what's in the textbook problem. Like,
Yeah.
where does this problem come from?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, just fucking recreate it here and it's kind of what you got.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know.
Is your garage basically your lab where you just
That's like
Put
my
things-
lair.
Yeah.
Like there's days I don't even go inside the house.
Yeah. That's you spend most of your time
Yeah.
in the garage.
Yeah, definitely.
Getting weird.
Well, yeah, right now I've been trying to get it organized so that I can get a little weirder, but it's taking forever.
Yeah. Well, you work hard. And you
Try
travel a
to.
lot. We were talking about you got with work, your season's coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be the busiest season I've been a part of.
And primarily you spend time in Alaska?
Yeah, that's like 95% of where I travel to.
How do you like it up there?
It's pretty cool.
I've never
I
been.
like it.
Yeah.
When I first went there, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This place is what's up. And then I went through this phase like, I don't know if I'd want to live here.
Okay.
Cuz like I don't know, if I went like I don't have any immediate family in Colorado.
Okay.
So like to go see them is a 17-hour drive.
Yeah.
If I lived in Alaska, it'd be a 12-hour, it'd be an 18-hour day of flying or a day and a half's drive through Canada.
Yeah.
So like that would make, you know, getting out of Alaska is kind of hard.
Okay.
Or can be challenging.
Okay.
You know, and stuff's more expensive up there.
Where do you go? I've heard that. I've heard that actually very recently. I don't remember who I was talking to. They said they lived up there, and they basically had to leave. They loved it because of nature and the recreation, and they were fly fishermen and stuff like that. They had to leave because they just couldn't afford it. It was like everything is more expensive. Like they were like gasoline was like $5 when it was $2.50 here.
It's probably like a loaf of bread's probably $1 more than you'd pay here.
Yeah.
You know, meat, all that stuff.
Where was it that you typically go to? What cities? What cities are you going to in Alaska?
There ain't cities.
Okay,
it's up.
Gotcha.
I'm like 250 miles north of the Arctic Circle.
God's country.
Yeah, and the polar bears.
That is God.
And caribou. That's pretty
cool. Oh my God.
But basically, I just, you know, all the oil production facilities up there.
Mm-hmm.
I go around and I stick a probe in and sample the exhaust and make sure that the combustion of the fuel that they're using to create the power is, they're basically running as clean as they should be.
Okay.
So, and then
sounds pretty solitary. Like, it's you in a truck just going from...
yeah, it's me and this dude, and we...
Well, that's good you got somebody with you.
Yeah, there's very few incidences where, well, he's gone up and been totally alone for, like, a long time. Like, a question mark on the end date. And it's like, I guess I'm just up here till somebody comes and
relieved.
Gets me.
Oh, man. That seems very hazardous to your mental health as well as your physical well-being.
Yeah, it's
to not have a buddy system.
Yeah, so those, I've never been on anything like that, and those are pretty far in like special circumstances.
Yeah.
So rule it like it's always you got one other person. But pretty much, I don't know, we grab our equipment, we go and climb, you know, King Kong up a exhaust stack, shove a straw in it, and go down there and count numbers.
Okay. It sounds cool, man, and it sounds cool the destinations that you go to.
I'm like, I don't know, probably downplaying or whatever. I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
It's fun as hell. I mean, my job's basically to burn fuel.
Yeah.
And test how dirty it's burning.
Okay.
So, like, getting fucking cotton mouth.
Oh, no worries, man. Hey, we got water.
Well,
dude, have you, to shift gears a little bit, we were talking about pumping iron. You've been getting diced at the gym, dog?
Well, been getting a little bit of yolk here and there.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't do the egg whites too much. I just go all yolk. Let's see. I went to the gym for the first time in like 4 months on Saturday.
Okay.
So
getting back in it,
you know, dipping the toe in.
But you said you've been doing some like at home yard workout, like you're doing like Rocky IV style, putting logs on your back.
That wasn't like, those are your words, not mine. I didn't set out to be like, I want to be just like Rocky when I grow up. But no, your brother just threw away this really big, heavy thing. And I was like, dude, you could like throw that around the yard and get yoked.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. And
it's a big log, basically.
yeah, it's like a 16-inch diameter log that's hard and heavy.
How long is it?
It's like 8 feet tall.
Hell yes.
Yeah, maybe 7.
Wow.
Maybe 7. I'm
You
trying
just
to
throw
I'm
that
trying
thing
to
up on
picture
your
it next to you.
shoulders?
Yeah, I put it up on here, and I was just like
Doing
like
lunges or something.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't do too many lunges, but
I don't trust my knees
I
anymore.
I did
They're
like
getting
2
old.
laps around my backyard,
Yeah.
and I was pretty.
Oh, cool.
It was like, wow, that's. Yeah, there's potential there.
Mm-hmm.
So
You've been
tape some padding on it.
digging into them.
Take out my excess energy.
Always good to have something to punch and kick.
Yeah.
I think every house should have some sort
it
of
out.
heavy
Don't pretend
bag
it's not
punching
there.
block. Yeah. You got to blow off that steam.
It's okay to
Whether
have it.
you're young, old.
Just pick a good unloading point.
Yeah. It doesn't even, I mean, when I'm finished with a kickboxing workout, I feel so peaceful. I know it's like such an aggressive workout, but man, the feeling of just exploding on the bag.
Dude.
And I've been going wild.
Dude, I was at your brother's house,
Yeah.
and I was helping him get these tires up onto his loft up there.
Uh-huh.
And so I just picked them up, and I was like, I don't know, push jerking them up to him.
Cool.
So, like, I got down in a full and just, like, exploded, jumped him, and threw him up to him, and he was catching them.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's a great compound explosive movement. Real dynamic. Like what
Full
you do with
body.
a medicine ball, like throwing it up a wall kind of thing.
exactly like that.
That's
yeah,
rad.
I mean, they were like, I don't know, 20 pounds. They
Mm-hmm.
weren't like mutters, but
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, it was a good 2 minutes of like pretty good.
Yeah. I had a little knee injury, really just like a tweak. I think I sprained my MCL early in the summer, and I had to take about 6 weeks off from really any kickboxing. Like I just lifted, I just did like upper body and core and stuff like that, but I wasn't kickboxing. I wasn't doing any bag work, and I was sad. I missed it.
Yeah.
Like when I'm kickboxing 3 to 4 days a week, I'm a happy dude. I'm a happy camper.
Throwing your energy into something else.
Yeah.
Making it go bang.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if you reach a level of proficiency, it's dancing. It's creative.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just a workout. Like I go there, I got music in my ears, got a little buzz on.
Like there's
And
certain, I don't know, I'm going to call them moves, but like you might practice them like, I don't know, back to back, but like once you're in free flow and you're just going, it's like you would never put those two moves side by side. They don't flow into each other.
Yeah.
So it like allows you to kind of be in a different zone than
Yeah.
like, you know, technically trying to be like, all right, I'm going to land these punches.
Oh, totally.
Now I'm going to land these ones.
Yeah.
Like
Occasionally I'll go in and I'll be like,
going fucking ape shit.
absolutely. It is kind of flow state is
On
what I'm
knees
trying to
and
find
wrists.
it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm throwing in knees, elbows. I mean, it's kickboxing, it's Muay Thai, but it's creative and it is this dance. And I'm not going in thinking like, okay, I'm really going to work on my 1-2, my jab cross. It's like, no, the bag. See, some people I like a long, it's a Muay Thai bag, so you can throw really low kicks. Some people really like when the bag drags because it doesn't get away from you.
Oh.
And you're not working as much on your footwork. Like I want that thing to be swinging all over the place, so I am moving with it, moving away from it, moving around it, setting up shots. I know where it's gonna. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's fun. It's
like people who
creative.
don't rack their plates at the gym. It's like, dude, that's half your workout.
Yeah. What are you?
Bending down, picking up that 45 and putting it back on the tree.
Yeah.
Fucking, and you loaded it up with however many on each side.
Uh huh.
Finish it up, dude.
Yeah.
Clean them up.
Do you do a lot of the like classic Olympic style lifts, like
Pretty
deadlift,
much.
squats? Yeah.
I haven't been able to like consistently go to the gym for forever now. So like when I do, it's usually like a full body something.
Sure.
So I'll usually they've got like a leg press machine where you can isolate each side.
Ooh, I like that.
So I'll just do like fairly lightweight and do like, I don't know. So I just want to say, like, whoever does 10 reps sucks. That's metric, that's European, and we fought wars to not use the metric system.
Should be doing sets
Do
of 12.
Or
Yes.
16.
Yes.
That's how many ounces there are in a pint.
Uh-huh.
Or, I don't know, but like 10 is,
That is metric.
it's metric and it's garbage.
Get rid of
Do
it.
2 more reps.
Yeah.
That's why we were the superpower.
This is America. If you're
Come
doing
on.
12, thank you for your service.
Hell yeah. So, so I'll do like on the, I'll do like 2 sets of 12 each
Okay.
side.
Uh-huh.
So I'll do 12 each leg, 12,
Nice.
12 each leg, 12,
Mm-hmm.
with like light enough weight that I can do that without stopping the whole time.
Yeah.
And then all like my dumbbell lifts and stuff like that, I do standing.
Yeah.
And I
That's good.
isolate arms.
Yeah, to be standing is important.
Yeah.
Like you need to have those
Like
that
your posture.
core strength. Absolutely.
Yeah. Those little muscles in between all your ribs and stuff.
That's what I love kettlebells for so much, is because it's weight and it's movement.
Mm-hmm.
So it really it requires.
And it's an off-centered weight from where you're grabbing it versus a dumbbell.
It does it,
where
yeah, where it's boom.
the weight
boom,
is
boom.
balanced about your hand.
Yeah.
And a kettlebell's got 6 inches of leverage.
Mm-hmm. And I've learned a lot on kettlebell, and I've improved a lot. Like I've corrected a lot of things. I'm sure there are still things that I do slightly incorrect, but like my kettlebell.
You want me to show them all to you?
Yeah, bro, definitely.
I already had a list started.
I see people like the classic is the kettlebell swing, and I want to stop people at the gym who are doing it wrong, and they're putting like this.
See,
They
I've
just know of a kettlebell swing.
I don't exactly, and that's why I don't do them.
Yeah,
Is because it's like the couple of times I've tried it, it's like I'm not doing it right, and I'm gonna stick to my lane.
yeah. You know what I will say? If you're doing kettlebells properly, like all the right technique and everything, it looks pretty lame.
Yeah,
Like they're not cool looking lifts.
yeah.
Like as
It's
basic
like medicine ball
as dumbbell presses. It's like it's basic, but it's like that's a pretty cool looking lift.
Right.
The way you're throwing up weight.
Yeah, you got like pucks, just like
Yeah. There are a couple of kettlebell moves that you can do, but a lot of them look strange.
but it's for all those core muscles.
function. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
to make
I like
sure
that for
when you twist or something, you're not gonna throw your back out.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do better. Is like I get to the gym, especially if it's a kickboxing day. I'm like a kid in the candy store. I am so eager to play. I can't wait to get on that bag.
Mm-hmm.
The worst is if I get there and like somebody's got the bag, or like at my gym, there's just one heavy bag. So you might have to wait 25,
You gotta go
35
find
minutes.
something else to do.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
That's the worst.
But what I'm really trying to do is get properly warmed up, because I think that's how I injured my knee.
I skipped on for so long,
Yeah.
and now that's like basically all I do is just like I get warmed up, and then it's like, yep, that's good. We're not gonna push it.
Yeah.
Warm up was the workout today.
Well, that happens, and
But-
I'm trying to get better so that, as I'm getting older, it's like it's easier for me to get tweaked. Not
Mhm.
that like I'm still young and very active, and like my body feels
well
good.
endowed, not to mention.
Well endowed. I did forget to mention that. It's all right. It's very nice. It's
So I've heard.
uh,
I was told.
yeah, I told you.
Would you have a very jealous older brother?
Oh, that's hilarious. Hope he doesn't hear about this.
Oh, I'll tell him shortly after this when I go over to his house and try to fix my truck that's in his garage.
That's awesome, man. Dude, speaking of kickboxing, the night we met, we almost had to kickbox
those fucking guys.
like a crowd of dudes.
Yeah.
And it was like a...
Well, it was like
okay, let's tell the
guys.
story.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at a taco shop / bar.
We had never met before.
We were on a bro date.
Yeah.
It was a blind bro date that was set up by my
friend
yes.
set us up.
Uh-huh. He's like, hey, you're a single guy. You weren't a single guy.
You know I have a girlfriend, right?
Quit setting me up with you, bro.
Yeah. I was actually very hesitant to make that connection. But yeah,
it was suspect.
We got a couple of beers, and it was like one dude who was being super obnoxious, right?
So set the scene. We're at like a bar ledge that looks to the outside, like to the
one
sidewalk.
Of those garage doors that like opens up, and it's like you can belly up, and you're on a bar stool and looking out at the crowd.
Yeah, you and I are talking to each other, and
Side
the
to
street.
side.
Yeah, and the street is just right here, restaurant kind of behind us.
Yeah, we got homeboy smoking a ciggy.
Yep.
Right by the door. Key detail.
Yes, and he's with a huge group at the bar, and they are being rowdy AF during trivia night. Do I have that right? They were not playing trivia, and you could barely hear what was going on, what the MC was saying.
Yeah.
It's just this crowd of people, and they had weird energy, and they were fucking drunk. Okay, homeboy's out, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, and he goes inside or leaves or so, like I lost track of him after that. But oh no, sorry. That was the dude. That was the main dude who was smoking the cigarette.
Yeah.
But he was doing it right by the door, and where we're sitting is like right by the door.
Yeah.
It's like door, a 1.5 foot of like brick wall, and then where we're sitting looking out at him smoking his ciggy, and somebody...
Smoke is billowing into the...
Yeah, because it's right by the door. People are going in and out. Like, the garage door window thing that we're looking out's wide open. And all the smoke's going inside the bar. Yeah. And was it that rowdy group that somebody complained about it?
Well, yeah. So it was probably somebody eating in the restaurant.
Yeah.
But I think it was probably...
in the way back behind the kitchen, and they can smell it over the French fries.
And this guy... I mean, he's right at the line of like getting cut off anyways. Like he's that
tank.
Sloppy. Yeah,
oh, yeah,
exactly.
He was a big dude too.
They try and get back in. The complaint, I think, has already been made. So somebody, I don't even know if it was a bouncer, somebody working there goes out and he tells those guys, hey, you guys can't come back in and drink.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know whether it was explained to him or whatever, but homeboy gets it in his head that we were the ones who ratted him out for
we're the only
smoking.
ones sitting right by the front door with a wide open window.
Yeah.
And so, to his credit, the fact that he put those two together is phenomenal in the state that he was in.
He was just... he really was just like... That was
I got kicked out for
the extent of his association.
Going into the window. Those guys are right by the window. It had to be them.
Yeah.
So he's like... Oh, man, he was...
he came at us hot, right?
Yeah, he came in real hot. And he was, like, calling us all the words under the sun.
Uh-huh.
And we're like...
And
we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't us. And it went back and forth, and he was, like, calling us outside.
Yep.
And keep in mind, we've never met. We've been
palling around for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. I was going to say a half hour.
We're probably within our first beer. So we definitely got our heads about us.
It's like, am I going to have to get into a fight with Brennan's brother tonight? This is gonna be a weird. It was like
this is gonna be maybe the weirdest bonding experience
dude. It
we
was
could
like
possibly
a
have.
Tuesday.
Is getting the shit kicked out of us.
It was
I
Taco
think
Tuesday.
it was a Tuesday. You're right. That's it. That's right, man.
So it was like,
Good detail.
dude, am I gonna like have to talk to the cops and like go to work tomorrow morning?
Yeah, with
Like-
with black eyes and
Yeah.
well, so another thing. So I think there were about 3 of them out there smoking,
Yeah.
and so homeboy, who's clearly the loudest and the drunkest, he's got it fixed on us,
Dude
and he's
had
like,
to have been,
and
what,
so he's
like
now
6'2", 240. Like he was a big dude.
these guys are big guys. And he's now got his buddies convinced that it was us. And they're like, wait, did you guys do that? And we're like,
No.
don't listen to that guy. Like, and then they find out, the people inside find out that their friends are not allowed back in the bar. So like 10 other dudes come back out. And he's like,
Yeah.
those assholes got us kicked out. And we're like,
yeah.
like, oh no. And I think at one point you were really ready. Like, we're like,
I
okay.
was standing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's time to go face the music.
I was
Let's
like,
do
I'm
this.
just waiting for one of these assholes to walk behind us, dude.
Oh, that and just sucker punch us or something.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
But yeah, and I was like, dude, we're inside. They're outside. Let's
I
keep
was-
it that way for as
I
long
was
as we
pretty
can.
torqued, dude.
Yeah.
I was ready to go.
And unless 11 of those guys just run away at the sight of us,
The side of
We-
this short guy
we are
and
in
this
some
tall,
shit.
skinny guy.
we are in some shit.
Oh, I've never claimed to be able to kick anyone's ass, but they'll have a handful.
The way I see it is I know how to fight. Doesn't mean
I've seen people
I can fight.
I've
Yeah.
heard of the word.
I am technically proficient. I'm a good kickboxer. I don't think I can take a shot though. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Do you want to?
No.
You've never taken a shot to the face.
Oh, I definitely have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible.
You mean a bullet? What kind
No,
of shot?
take a shot meaning like, yeah, take
You want to take a shot?
yeah. Boom.
Let's take a shot.
Let's do you need
On
some-
that note.
Okay. You want some bourbon?
Yeah.
What are you down for?
I don't know. Like
This,
are you
uh,
about to field dress
This
a cat
story
or
is brought to
something?
you by Ezra Brooks.
Ezra Brooks. Is that an actor?
It's yeah, probably my favorite actor.
Really?
No.
Oh.
That's Four Roses if you want Four Roses.
This is Old Crow. Don't let him fool you. Funny story about
Did you
Old
want
Crow.
ice? Do you like it
I
neat?
guess I do now.
You like neat and tidy?
I don't know, dude.
This one's got a
So far, it's still free for me.
this one's got a high alcohol content, 53%,
Oh,
and it's got a good
That's like
burn to it.
106 proof.
I like it with just a slightly watered down and a little cooler.
It's awesome because it makes you hate the flavor instead of your life.
That's the goal. So, the crew is out there and they're trying to calm him down. And these guys come over and be like, "Is it true? Did you like tell management? And is that why they're not being allowed?" And we're like, "Dude,
We didn't
listen."
say anything.
He was smoking a cigarette right by the door. Smoke was pouring in. We didn't say shit. Doesn't bother us. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
And it really didn't bother us.
No.
It wasn't even an issue till this guy started calling us out. And I'm like, so we explained that to him. And he's like, oh, man, well, we're all coming from our good friend's funeral. He died
Shit, I forgot about that part.
He died in like a drunk driving accident.
Yeah.
And so they were mourning.
Yeah,
They
they were emotionally that's right.
These guys were doing Irish wake style. Like it was.
Let's take
It was
one
on.
for
Hey.
their friend.
There we go. That's nice.
That was really smooth.
Yeah, so that's the kind of shot I like, not a shot to the face. I just don't want. I mean, I used to do it when I was younger. I used to spar when I was younger, and then you get headaches, and you're like, "Well, why would I do this?
Yeah.
Why would I let some
Or
guy
you take
who's
one
better
that's
than
like,
me?"
Oh, my neck kind of is now just kinked all the time.
Uh-huh.
I can't figure out how to do it.
The guy who actually like taught me Muay Thai in high school, I remember he dropped me. He threw a real nasty leg kick right to the meat of my thigh, and hurt like hell. And I thought he was going to set up and do it again. He was doing a switch left roundhouse. we're wearing shin guards, but digs into it, and I have no meat there anyways, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want that to happen again. And he switches and goes high, so I think he's going low. I'm going to check the kick, and he just bow. Ooh. And I even like dropped down. I probably like leaned into it, but like dropped down to one knee and was just like had a headache for 3 days. I was like, there is no reason I should be doing this. Like, I have no future in going pro. I have no interest in fighting.
I always say, dude, if I was a hell of a lot better at sports, I would have gone pro.
Yeah. I like that saying. That's great. And for self-defense, I mean, number one self-defense is track and field. Get the hell out of there. Just run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking javelin.
That kind of track
javelin and track.
That's funny. Pole vault. Yeah, just gonna
get up and over it.
Launch
get
over
on your way.
Launch onto the roof.
Hurdles. Don't let no tree branches slow you down.
Yeah. I think it's Jorge Masvidal says the best self-defense in the streets is have a good sucker punch and have a good 100-yard dash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, just pop, get out of there. But there was
the headbutt.
Oh, I had a buddy that was his move, and he would step on your toe first.
Yeah, that way.
Is that your move?
No, I don't do the toe step, and I'm morally against that. That's a cheap shot.
So
let them fall down. You don't need to like tear the front of their shin too.
Oh God. Damn.
They'll hit their head on the back of the concrete or the back of their head on the concrete.
That's the worst, man. I'm so adverse to fighting like outside of a gym or outside of like a sanctioned like street fighting on concrete.
Dude,
are you insane?
Have you ever lived in one house with like 30 dudes?
No.
A lot of testosterone comes out.
Were you in a fraternity?
Yeah, I was in a frat. I won't say which one.
Okay.
Because we were the best one, and everybody else would get jealous
were you
as
the
hell.
Delta House from Animal House?
No. Deltas?
The Deltas?
Idiots.
Those fairies?
No.
Wait, so how did we get out of that situation?
How did I get out of the frat? Dude, you're in it for life.
No. It's like it's kind of like the Marines.
Yeah.
It's like there's no ex-Marines.
Once a bro, always
there's
a
only
bro,
a former,
dude.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
No, that's like where I learned how to fight.
Yeah.
We used to have like, oh my God, it felt like an eternity, but they were like 1.5-minute long rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd just
put on gloves,
and just whoever wanted to fight whoever.
Put on headgear?
No, we would ball up paper towels and bite on them.
That's good.
Yeah, so we did that much.
Well, there's a misconception around headgear. Like that, really that.
Like it works.
Well, yeah. The only thing it protects you from is cuts. Like you just don't get cut during practice. You're still getting all the concussion.
Yeah.
You're getting all that concussion.
I mean,
and actually sometimes
an
more.
Actual helmet did like as good of a job as what everybody thinks it should, your skull would be sufficient.
Yeah.
Like your brain,
it's the brain sloshing around
inside your skull.
Bang,
that's
bang.
the problem.
Yeah. Yep. And actually, the headgear for boxing, you add like an inch of foam, which gives even more leverage to that head snap.
Yep.
So it actually can be even worse for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they do the chin cutout, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
Because that'll take an extra inch off of leverage off of your...
Yeah, you don't want that.
Because, I mean, dude, what
snapping.
You could be 14 inches away from your pivot on your neck, right? 14 inches.
Mm-hmm. Aloha, ladies.
Yeah, maybe if I fold it in half.
That's hilarious.
I don't even know what the fuck we were just talking about.
So how did we get out of that conflict at the Taco Tuesday? We talked our way out by
they had some actually reasonably like coherent friends.
Yeah, and so this guy says, "Oh my God, don't worry about
you guys
how
aren't
sorry."
Gonna try to fight us?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, like it just a big misunderstanding. We didn't tell on you guys. and we definitely don't want to fight him.
I mean, there were like 20 of them, and probably 14 were dudes.
Yeah.
And only like 3 wanted to go.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
the rest of them were just like, this is not what we need tonight.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But I hadn't been that close and haven't been that close
I was
since
like,
that
holy
night
shit,
to
I don't
throwing
even
down.
know, like, I don't know you. You don't know me. Like, I have no idea. I didn't even know at the time that you liked UFC, probably. So I didn't.
That's
even
hilarious.
Know
you know what?
can
the
this
only
guy,
thing.
Can this guy hang? Am I going to be doing the leg work and get, you know, I don't know, beat into the ground by 14 dudes?
That's hilarious. Dude, the only thing
the
I
same
remember.
thing.
Well,
Who's
a little
this
bit.
chode?
No, I do remember I
Who's this
had the
little
thought.
chode here.
My brother told me, because he was like, "You'll love this dude. He's a cool guy." And then
Trust me.
that's my bro. I love Bren, and he's a cool guy, and I do trust him.
He's
and
good people.
And he knows me well. So, but he was like, "Dude, you're gonna like this guy. He listens to Joe Rogan." Such a funny qualifier for a pal. It's like, but beyond that, like, but that flashed to my head. I was like, okay, Brian listens to Rogan. I wonder if he's got any martial arts training, or am I going to be twisting in the wind? So I did have that as well.
None, for the record, 0.
Other than scrapping with your boys.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, absolutely 0 fighting training.
Yeah.
The first punch I ever threw was like, see how it goes.
Was it in a fight?
So the first actual fight I got in, I was making fun of this kid at like a after school dance thing, because I don't like him. Anyway, reason enough, right?
Beef.
Anyway, he waited for me, and he jumped me, and I threw a punch and hit him in the ribs, and then it got broken up.
Body shot.
Yeah, that was like in the 8th grade, I think. And then, but I had never hit anybody in the face until college.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was probably blacked out the first time. But I remember, so we used to do the boxing, and my buddy was like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, 5'10", probably 215, just like jacked.
Yeah.
And like nobody wants to like go in with him, you know, because it's just like,
just
dude,
looks scary.
It's gonna hurt, dude.
Yeah,
like
you're gonna hurt me, man. You're gonna hurt to punch,
right? And so I was like, fuck it, I'll drink another beer. Let's go. Like,
bro,
you're dying to like get in and throw some swings. You can see it. Nobody wants to take one because it's like, you know, who wants to willingly get hit in the face from Mike Tyson, you know? That sucks.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway.
So I've heard.
So we're, this is like one of the very first times I've ever been like sparring or trying to punch somebody.
Throwing hands.
Yeah, that's not just like, oh my God, it's a crapshoot. Throw one where you can get it and get the hell out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I start throwing in these jabs into his ribs, and he's just like sitting there, like flexing, just like, you know. And I happened to just like, well, let's see how this goes. And I threw one up and hit him right in the back corner of the jaw.
Yeah.
And he just went like lights out.
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, he hit the ground and bounced back up.
Oh. Okay.
And he came back and he was throwing some fucking haymakers. And he still wasn't even like all the way back to it yet.
But he hit the deck and it woke him up. Probably. Like you put his lights out.
Yeah.
And he went down.
He woke up, and he was already back.
Yeah.
Landing shit on my head, and he still wasn't fully awake yet.
Well, it's interesting when you see that. I actually remember seeing it last weekend in a fight where this chick got KO'd, basically went down, and then when ground and pound started, she woke back up. Like that first strike when she was down on the ground, boom, she's like awake again, and now she's defending. But it was like, it was crazy. It's like, you were out cold, girl. Another punch woke you up.
I love watching people go just like lights out.
Do you?
Like, I don't know.
It's a guilt. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. When somebody
I'm not saying I
lands
don't
a punch and it's just like, there goes the lights.
I guess
that guy's out.
There's the limit.
And
yeah.
he's still got about 36 inches before he hits the floor.
That's scary.
Or like in
I guess
NFL
I like seeing
hits,
when
somebody gets hit,
violent.
they just go like totally stiff, and it's like,
That's rough.
oh,
That's
you're
rough.
Out. It gets me all jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible for your brain, but like, get you all jacked up.
Uh-huh.
Makes you want to go run into somebody.
Man, football, I can't separate that from martial arts. I try to in my brain, but I really think you're using your body.
That's not an easy thing.
You're using your body as a weapon.
Yeah, but they're totally different.
What are you talking about?
Football and martial arts?
Yeah, martial arts is a very broad term. Football is a game, but what you're doing on that field, like defending and offense, how you're running these plays and how you're blocking and hitting.
Interesting, dude. We're about to get the gears spinning.
Cool. I think I don't know a lot about football.
Fun.
I'm not you and everybody else knows way more about football than I do. But
I know nothing about it.
Okay.
I just ran around on a field, dude.
What did you play?
Football.
Already I played football. What fucking position? All of them.
So everybody had
I was a cheerleader.
Everybody had to have a position for practice. So like,
was this Pee Wee?
No, this is high school.
Oh, high school. Cool.
High school.
This isn't Billy Madison, you jerk off.
Yeah, we I mean, we didn't have a huge team.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I want to say my senior year, like our depth chart was maybe 2 people at each position.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so anyway, on offense, I never played offense, but on offense, I practiced with the running backs. But on defense, I spent my first like 3 years of high school trying to be a middle linebacker at like 160 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't really make it past JV. So then they moved me to free safety.
Yeah.
That was dope because I could see everything.
Cool.
Like you have a 12-yard vantage point, and by the time you get, like, you have plenty of time to adjust your pursuit angle.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get to whoever you're trying to tackle, you're at full speed.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're trying to be at full speed after the first step. You know, trying to bust a dive or something like that.
Yeah. So,
but get back to your thoughts.
So I don't know anything about the ins and outs of the game itself. I
stay inbounds, don't go out of bounds.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Those are the ins and outs. Literally. And honestly, I just can't get behind it. Pretty much ball sports in general. It's just hard. Like I like when the elite of the elite, and I think the NFL is probably that. When it's a bunch of grown men playing basically keep away with a ball, and it's like, give me the ball, and the other guy's like, no. I just can't get on board with that. But the actual what takes place on the field and how you run these plays and how people put armor on their body and then use their body and momentum as a weapon.
That's why it's better than soccer.
Yeah, and they crash into each other
at full speed,
violently.
Dude. And then
with technique. I mean, there's certainly those really bad collisions that are just like, wow, they hit perfectly wrong. I see that as an artistic expression of using your body in a martial way. So that's why I see and I separate Matt Brown.
It's a violent game, dude.
Yeah. One of the most violent.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Brown talks about martial skill and martial arts.
Who's Matt Brown?
Matt Brown is a UFC fighter. He's a legend. He's been in the UFC since
I've never heard of him.
Never ever?
I don't follow people.
Well,
athletes. So
I'm a nerd, but
it's not uncommon for me to not hear of somebody.
He is this tough as nails, like salt of the earth UFC fighter, but he's real cerebral. Like, if you talk to him about fighting, he's got a real philosophy and it's got depth.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He talks about what we do in the gym is we train martial skill. So and that's what I do on a heavy bag, or when I'm doing pad work with somebody, I'm training martial skill. Mm-hmm. When you get into the octagon, when you get onto that field, you don't know what the other person's going to do. You're not training. This is the real thing. That's when you become an artist. That's when you practice martial arts.
Yeah. So to like add to that, like that's what makes an athlete versus somebody who just knows how to do athletic movements.
Yeah.
Like I'm either the most unathletic athlete or the most athletic non-athlete. I had no shake and bake. I had no jukes. I had no spin moves.
Yeah.
Like nothing. But like I could physically do them.
Yeah.
And decently, but like on the fly running down the field trying not to get tackled, it's like I would rather just run into you at full speed and try my luck.
Than try and juke you?
Yeah, and because I'll probably juke myself and fall on my face, and it's like, how'd you do that? And I don't know.
Oh, man. I think it was an old Adam Sandler stand-up bit that he did where he was like, I was playing basketball the other day, and this guy, he juked me. He faked left and went right, and I was like, but I trusted you.
Why'd you do that? Oh, that's funny.
So that's my hot take on football. Okay. Like I don't know anything about the game and how it's played. I roughly know the rules, but it's out of all the ball sports, I think it's the one as an adult that I enjoy watching the most, and it is because of the violence and the impact. Whoa. And the sheer athleticism. When you see a guy who's 240 pounds jump over 3 guys and then explode into a sprint again, and he changes directions on a dime, I'm just in awe of the athleticism.
One thing I thought of, I'm trying not to lose it. Damn it. Oh, yeah. In terms of like conditioning and like the way you like all ball sports, all team sports, and well, all sports, like you have to be physically like above everybody else, right?
Yeah.
But
outliers.
But like there's a difference in like conditioning type between like having to explode at full force for 8 seconds, time and time again, like 180 times in the next 3 hours, versus you're just kind of trotting around a field for 120 minutes or however.
Are we talking about the other football? Soccer?
No, I'm talking about soccer.
I know, that's what I mean. Football.
Yeah, they're not the same.
Football.
I got called out one time in Iceland by a bartender. I was trying to like.
Were you talking about football? And he was like,
well, I was trying to like learn about.
Oh, you mean
their culture,
American football.
And so I was like,
that's the worst Icelandic accent.
What's your guys' like national sport? Like, what's like your pastime? Like, everybody's
when you're like
football.
Were you like opioids?
No. Baseball's the national pastime.
True. But hasn't it been surpassed by football? Probably.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I think
I don't have my finger on the pulse whatsoever, but
I got tired of playing baseball. I mean, I got to the point where it's just like I'm terrible. Like, I'm gonna get cut next year if I don't do track.
if I don't get real good at this real soon, I'm not going to go pro.
Yeah, I'm not going pro. I'm not even going to make JV. So, but like, I don't know. I can't watch baseball on TV. It gets boring.
Yeah.
But there's something about going to a baseball game.
I agree.
Like, it doesn't
Baseball
matter
live,
what
love
level.
it.
Doesn't matter what level, AAA or
Yeah.
like farm league, or maybe that's the same thing. I don't know, but like going to a baseball game is just like, I don't know. I've been to a
awesome.
few baseball games. I've been to one NFL game.
I don't give a
Like-
shit who wins. I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah,
As long as I'm sitting in the shade.
yeah.
But I'm a pink person. I burn in
But I paid
minutes.
more attention to the baseball game than the NFL game.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't know the rah stuff and the mascot races in between innings and shit, and like, I don't know. I think that's all better than like when you see like commercial timeouts, and it's like,
Yeah.
you guys are getting a free break, you know.
Yeah. Well, since the sport I really love, and actually to call MMA a sport is it's a reach. I think it goes beyond. It's an athletic pursuit.
Sport is when artistry becomes competition. I just thought of that.
I like
But
that.
right?
I like that.
Is that
Yeah, fighting something
before
I
that,
have.
if
Yeah.
you're just in the dojo and doing your thing, you're practicing your craft.
Yes.
It's your art.
Yeah.
But now you have the element of competition,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're starting to get strategic with your art form.
Yeah.
Tactical.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I really like that definition because I've always
Just
had
thought of that.
trouble putting it into the category of sport because it feels it's so primal. It's so like life and death. I know that death is not really on the line, but that's what tapping is.
If you don't,
That's what tapping is in jiu-jitsu. If you got a chokehold on somebody, I'm going to let you know that you're about to kill me.
yeah.
Like if you just held that choke for as long as you
like
could,
if you kept going, I'm dead.
that's a
And I
dead
know
person.
it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's good.
Yeah.
You won.
Yeah.
You won
and
this one. Let's do another one.
to take it another step, if you tap for an arm bar or a heel hook or something, you're saying you're about to tear my knee apart. You're about to rip my arm off. And you're tapping saying, I give up, because after you rip my arm off, then what are you going to do to me? Because you could just, if the fight just keeps going, it's like, oh, now I'm down an arm. Well, now you're definitely going to kill me. So
without tapping, it's fight to the death.
yeah, it's
Like, how do you know when to stop if somebody doesn't tap?
that's, yeah.
Tapping is just like the ref.
Ah,
It's just
you killed me.
It's when, the ref knows better than you do when you should be out of it.
Yeah.
So that's what a whistle is. It's just an audible tap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Somebody who knows better for you than what's better for you than you do.
Oh, truly, man. Pride will.
Hey, man, you got to stop or he's going to kill you.
Well, I've never had the mentality that probably most fighters do, where it's like, I'll never tap. Like, you gotta put me out.
You gotta kill me.
I did you. Yeah,
Take
you gotta
my
kill
help.
me out there. I did jiu-jitsu for years, and I definitely ran into people who didn't respect the tap, who were kind of gym bullies, and they would hold an arm bar too long. They'd push it a little bit
Like you tap and then they give you a little bit more just to let you know that wasn't.
yeah,
all
and
they
you go
had.
home and you're like,
Like,
dude,
motherfucker, dude.
you're like,
I'm
bro,
gonna be out for a week now.
I tapped you 5 times before you let go.
yeah,
5 times. It took you 5 times to feel me tapping.
yeah.
Like, that fucking hurt, man. That is
Like-
not cool. And really, the tap is sacred.
We're not playing for keeps today, dude.
Yeah. If you're not, I won't roll. I can't roll with you, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get hurt. Like,
yeah.
this is not cool.
The only
But-
time I'm willing to do that is if we're in competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, yeah.
Right. And that's not the game I'm looking to play. But that being the sport I love, and then looking at a sport like soccer and seeing how fouls are a real part of the game and getting free kicks or whatever that
intentionally
equates
fouling
to.
people.
Yes.
That'd be
And-
like
or
somebody
not-
intentionally going like 6 to midnight on an elbow.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'll take the foul, but he's fucked up for here on out.
But guys who will like fake, like they go to the replay and you can see like there was air between
it
them.
registers with them that they should continue to act,
And then they
make this
flail
look
on the
better.
ground. Oh my God, it's the most embarrassing sport I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Like, you got to get that out of the
classic
sport.
finger point, and he hits the dude in the eye, and the guy's just
He's
like,
like, you would have thought he plucked his eye out.
yeah,
Kill Bill style.
or like, it was like, no, dude, that guy flicked his finger at you, and you walked into it.
There's nothing to, I mean,
Sorry.
yeah.
We got off track. Iceland.
yeah.
Sorry.
You're good,
Back
man.
to soccer, too. And football.
Fucking football.
So they, the bartender tells me their national sport or whatever, or the big sport was wrestling.
Ooh, wrestling?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. Wouldn't have guessed that. What about soccer? Is that like big here? And he goes, that's called
Jimmy.
football. And I was like, whoop, my bad. Yeah, he,
Were you like,
I was like,
well,
oh,
wrestle?
he's trying to tussle. I'll tussle you for the ticket.
Oh my God. Ooh. Brendan's story. My brother, your buddy,
Uh-huh.
Brendan arm wrestled
Is
a
he
guy.
telling a story, or are you telling a story about him?
Well, obviously, I'm telling a story about him. He can't
This
speak for
isn't one
himself.
of Brendan's stories that he fabricated?
No, I was there for this. This is that's hilarious.
Full-blown eyewitness.
I'm a full-blown eyewitness. That's hilarious. FBEW, full-blown eyewitness. He arm wrestled for a pizza. And I mean at the pizza parlor. This big dude. So you know me,
Oh
you know my
God.
bro.
Yeah.
We're tall, wiry dudes.
Right.
And
yeah, you turn sideways and I'll lose you behind
Oh,
the
we're-
fucking
yeah.
light post.
yeah, my dad said if we turn sideways and stuck our tongue out, we look like a zipper.
Nice.
Yeah, we're skinny minis. We got some strength. We got some pop to
Well
us.
endowed, I hear, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. I keep telling you that. I won't
Why
shut
do
up
I have
about
to
it.
keep reminding people?
Oh man. So the guy at the pizza parlor, Brendan says, I can't. This is in Fort Collins. We lived at Denver at the time. We were coming up to camp in the Poudre River, and
Oh yeah, always camping or pooter.
mm-hmm, that's where you go. That's where you set up. and I don't know what Brendan was just like. He's got good witty banter with the guy, and this dude is taller than us and outweighs him by 100 pounds. Like, this is a big guy, and
So he's like 140 pounds.
yeah, and what? That is right. We are this the weight and size of a medium-sized dog. Yes.
But the length of a Burmese python.
Yes. It's just stretched out over more than 6 feet.
Kilometers.
Over kilometers. We're metric, baby.
Oh, fuck that. What did I do?
No.
That's how you knew it was a joke.
No, I'm doing
That's how
all.
you knew I'm not
doing
serious.
12 reps or 16.
That's right.
now on.
dude.
Actually,
even 18. That's
when
a
you
dozen.
said that-
dude, 13, do 12.
13 's
Get
weird.
one more baker's dozen,
13.
baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Finish out.
Totally. I can
one
see
more,
that.
get a baker's dozen.
I can see that. A
14.
baker's
I don't know
dozen.
what the hell 14 means.
Get out of my face with 14. What are we, 2 weeks here? Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Fuck. Time's like a construct that was designed by man to keep everything from happening all at once. And you know it, dude. Think about it.
Talking about the fourth dimension?
Well,
Are we talking about the Tesseract?
if you think about it, like the first 4 dimensions are really just one dimension. Man. In
Yeah.
the scheme of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I Oh, I got a question for you. I'm gonna complete this
Blue
Brendan
ribbon
story.
is starting to finish most of my sentences.
So B
Oh yeah.
basically says, so the guy, he's just riffing with the guy and having a good time with him, and B's like, the guy's like, the pizza's like $14.95, and he's like, oh really? I thought it was free, man. And just like having a good time with him, and he's like, yeah, it's free if you beat me in an arm wrestling contest. And B just like elbow to the table, no hesitation. He was like, let's do this. There's a line of people behind us. And they do full legit.
Why have I never heard this story?
Oh man, it's Brendan McCran. He's got too many good stories. This is one of his best though, and I bet he doesn't tell it himself very often because it's
I've never heard it from him.
It's such a pat on the back. I got to do it for him. I need to tell this story more often.
You do,
to give the legend a B. So
start it.
Just shy of being over the top, and they like grab the handles on either side. They lock hands. So their left hands are locked. Boom, right on the pizza counter. B, they start. There's a little bit of a like back and forth,
engaging,
like up at the 12 o'clock point, up at noon, and then B just takes him home, just bang. Like he wanted to feel his power, and then he was like, I'm stronger than this fat fuck. Bang, took this dude down, and the guy. He absolutely lived up to it. And B was like, and he was like, dude,
pizza's on me.
Yeah, pizza's on me. He paid the tab.
That's dope.
And B tipped him. Like a gentleman.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And
that's called mutual respect.
That's my brother.
Yeah, that's the kind that highlights the kind of guy your brother is.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
So the question I had was, have you been tweeting to my man Neil deGrasse Tyson? You've been throwing things his way?
No, I sent him a
mixing up some knowledge with him?
No, I sent him a DM on Instagram because I couldn't sleep one night, and I was like pretty sure that I figured out why everybody's getting all bent out of shape. You know, like
talk right into this thing. Yeah.
Sorry,
I want to get this
spacing out. I was going back into space here.
Neil would approve.
I stayed up super late one night because I couldn't sleep, and I'm super intrigued by quantum physics.
Yeah.
But I don't have the brain for it. Like, I'm an engineer.
Yeah.
I would love to be as smart as, like, a theoretical physicist.
Yeah.
So I like to try to think I can dabble in it when I can, or at least play around with lasers. And so one of my favorite things of all time is the double slit experiment, and that it basically highlights the fact that
is that a three-way? No, sorry.
That was hilarious, dude. That took a minute to register. That was yeah. So we're doing this double slit experiment.
Cut that part out, Jamie.
Little menage 3 going on. I'm on top.
Okay, I'm sorry for derailing.
Wild, dude. You just killed me. So the double slit experiment, right? The big, like, it basically highlights the fact that light is a wave and a particle, and everybody's all bent out of shape at the fact that, like, well, when does it become a wave and when is it a particle? How come when we look at it like this, it only looks like a particle, but how come when we look at it like this, it only looks like a wave? And it's like, well, about to get real. We'll see if mainstream science changes from here forward. What if this takes motion? What if this gets some inertia behind it? And I don't know, I could just be spitballing, but
I like what you're doing.
Basically, the experiments that I'm familiar with, right? Like, they fire a photon or an electron one at a time out of an electron cannon.
Is this like Kern or CERN?
No, this is smaller scale.
Smaller?
They can do it way smaller scale.
Okay.
But like going one at a time, one light particle at a time. And, you know, over the course of I don't know, a million bazillion times. They have a million bazillion particle measurements.
Mm-hmm.
And when they eliminate all of the ways that they could possibly discern which side of the slit it came through,
Mm-hmm.
it only reveals like that type of pattern. I'm butchering this mostly, but like
I like it.
if there's a definitive way that you could figure out which side of the slit it went through,
Mm-hmm.
it will always reveal itself that way. But if you take away any ability to tell which side of this slit it came through, then it looks like a wave.
Okay.
And like what I was thinking about in the hours of the eve above the Arctic Circle on a lot of coffee and chocolate milk and ice cream. So
Nice little dairy
you're
treat.
firing one particle of light or one electron or one particle of energy, but right, so that's one piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you can transmit information as light.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're trying to force it to answer two questions. Like, one piece of information can't answer two different questions.
Yeah.
It'll give you the answer to both things with like quantum entanglement. Like,
Uh-huh.
if you know that side of the coin is heads, you automatically know that the other side is tails, unless it's a trick coin.
Yeah.
So basically what I feel like what's trying to be questioned and asked is like, they want to know with one piece of information, where did it come from and where is it going to end up? And it can only answer one of those things at a time. And the way that it answer it manifests itself a little differently.
Okay.
Like, it knows that, light. Does light actually know anything, man? Okay. How could like just one thing know something? You know what I mean?
That would be cool. If
You
it
know
was
what I
like
mean?
if it was like really into something, like
how could one thing know multiple things?
it's like really into the catalog from the band The Darkness. That is what light that's what light knows the best.
Ooh, hello.
That was fantastic.
But anyway, so with one piece of information, you're trying to ask or figure out where something either is going to be or where it came from, and also answer where is it going to go. And you can only get one of those things answered at a time, and we accept that with the Heisenberg uncertainty principle,
Uh-huh.
where the more you know about something's inertia or energy, the less you can know about its position.
Wow.
Like,
Uh-huh.
we've already decided that you can only know so much about one thing, and like you can't know totality about two things with one piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
We've already accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of feels like we're beating our heads against the same wall that we already accepted a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it can only display itself in a certain way to answer whatever you're trying to ask it.
Yeah.
You can't say, where did you come from? Where did you go, Cotton Eye Joe? It's like one or the other.
Uh-huh. So what did you ask NDT?
I had to think about what that meant. I just said, do you want to know why light behaves differently when we look at it versus when we don't look at it?
Uh-huh.
That's all I said.
Nice. Did you hear back from him?
Nope.
Okay.
Didn't expect to.
Well, busy guy.
Yeah.
Gets
But
probably crazy amounts of tweets his way. But he also seems like the kind of guy who, if engaged in a really intriguing scientific conversation, that he would respond to you. And I do think that you and he would have a fascinating conversation.
But also, it's like one of those things where it's like, do you have like maybe an intern who's like dedicated to like managing your Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and it's like, who's this fucking jackass? Like, never heard of you? Get the fuck out of here. Who's this fucking guy, huh?
At
this
stage,
fucking guy.
He's I love
fuck
it.
out of here.
I love it. I love
you think you know about light? Have you ever seen a light? What's this light? Get the fuck out of here.
I love picturing that his intern is some like,
jabroni,
some
jabroni from New York.
Guido, like, who's this guy think he is?
Who's this fucking guy?
This fucking what am I, an asshole? What am I?
What are you
fucking
talking
jerk?
about
Get
over
the
here,
fuck
over
outta
there?
here.
What are you talking about over there, over here? Get out of
Just
here,
talking
over there.
with his hands. Yeah.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, what do you think? Like, oh my God, light in 2 states? What are you
At
thinking?
the same time, it's either one or the other.
You think I'm an asshole?
Do I look like a fucking asshole?
I think that's Eddie Murphy and maybe it's Raw or something. He's like, he's talking about Italians. And he's like, when they get really upset, they just start asking themselves questions. Like,
what am I, some kind of prick?
Yeah. Did this guy just...
What am I, born yesterday or something? This guy wants to pull the rug over my eyes. Get out of here. Who's this fucking guy? Who are you?
Yeah. Apologies. I celebrate the Italian American community and a happy Columbus Day.
I got Italian relatives.
Nice.
I've heard of Italy.
Yeah. Hey,
I met a dude from Italy once.
If
I've
you're
seen
Irish
a Ferrari driving down the street.
or Italian, you're classic immigrant American. And I'm Irish.
And Italian.
No, just Irish.
Oh, I've got... Well, maybe I don't have an Italian. I've got Nordic, though.
Oh.
Nordic and Irish. And German. Nice blonde hair, blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Jesus would have.
That's right.
That's going to get you kicked off of YouTube. Blonde hair, blue-eyed Jesus. That's going to create civil.
Definitely marking that this episode was made for kids.
It's going to pop up and be like, some of the content in this video may not be suitable for people under certain ages.
Oh, man.
There was something else I was going to say, and it was hilarious, but I don't remember what it was.
Get it, girl?
I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
It was one of those 7 things we were just talking about.
Was it the... I don't know.
That's okay. It'll come back to me 7 to 12 minutes from now.
Dude, let's wrap it there. I'd love to do this again with you sometime.
Hell yeah,
Brian,
man.
that was an absolute blast. You're a fascinating dude.
Thanks, man. I just showed up and tried to talk to you as much as I could.
Well, you're a smart kid, but you're also a wild man.
Yeah.
And I love the synergy of the two of those.
I don't like slowing down. I try not to slow down if I can help it.
Yeah. Well, it makes for a fascinating conversation. I really enjoy talking to you, man. And, dude, let's do it again.
Dude, I'll be here. You'll get sick of me.
Brian, this has been great.
Hell yeah.
And this has been Hot Mike. We're out. Let's flex.
Boom. Boom.